you're talking real estate. I saw an interesting. They did an article study of like all the new high rises in Center City because everybody's going, who is going into all of these new apartments? And it's interesting. The vast majority are not from Philadelphia, and I think they said 45% were hospital workers, and 35% will work from home. And they're people that like moved to Philly because they like the walkability and all that other stuff.
Yeah, you don't have to drive.
You don't have to drive, and the price point is much higher than the average rental in Philly, and they say that that's actually good because they're not competing for the same pool that normal Philly. So they're not driving. Yeah, yeah. I thought it was really interesting because I see all those towers too. I'm like, where do all these people come? And they have like no garages. I'm like, who doesn't have a car? At least one per family, but you know.
Yeah. What was the article?
It came across my
yeah. Or somebody.
It came across my social media.
Yeah,
something that I watch, that I read every day. I don't get Philly Mag, so I know it wasn't Philly Mag, but probably Inquirer. I get that.
Which there's always opinions.
Yeah, yeah. Because I get Billy Penn. Do you get Billy Penn too? Yeah. So I don't know where. So where do you think who's filling up those? Do you have a different opinion, or?
Well, no.
You're in real estate.
We were just talking. Yeah. I don't do a lot of rentals. I mean, I do have a few clients here in the neighborhood that I sold 2 years ago that I'll rent out their place for them, but I don't really work with tenants. For me, I've seen so many units go up that I don't know how it's possible to. Like, there are literally 5,000 rental units that went up in Northern Philippines in the last 3 years.
It's crazy.
I'm like, where are all these people?
Yeah, I think the one that the study we were referencing, they were just doing Center City. It wasn't doing Fishtown. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, literally, like 5 huge buildings.
I mean, you know where the Rite Aid is or the old Rite Aid, but where Columbus used to be at 9th and Catherine? They're putting up a huge, like OCF, he's putting up a huge tower there.
I just put a house up for sale right across the street from it. I'm hoping that doesn't cause a problem.
Sell fast.
You're welcome.
Hi, how are you? You are. No, I'm just. Your butt's gonna be right in the camera. Come this way, just a little. Can you both come this way a little bit? Yeah. That's what I meant. Yes. Yeah, I think you're gonna be good now. Down dog.
It's alright. We're all friends and family.
It goes up on YouTube for free.
Oh. Alright. Well, that changes things. How are you?
Aren't you hot?
I'm so cold right now. I don't know what temperature I am at the time. How you doing? Hot flashes, cold. It's nice out today.
It's beautiful.
Marvelous.
It's gorgeous.
Oh, stop. It's going to be in the 30s this week.
I know. That's why my husband's going to put the water on outside. He said, no, it's going to freeze. No. They say in Philly, Mother's Day, but I think that's too late. I always
I'm doing pretty good, hanging in there. How you doing? You look great.
still dealing with them,
Dude, you look great.
Thank you. It's been, 8 months of heavy lifting.
Dude, you're killing it. You look awesome. Yeah. I wanted to tell you that day when I seen you, but yeah, great.
Thanks for noticing.
That's what I always say too. I'm like, dude, thanks for noticing. Appreciate it. Like, it's important. Like, it's hard. This shit isn't easy. This shit's premeditated, I tell people. This ain't just natural. Right? I got to set this shit up.
You're gonna have to feel my arm before you leave. It's starting to break up.
Is it?
There's a little ridge. You can tell it's like a bump and bump. I think that ibuprofen is really doing its job. It really is. It's like inflammatory. Huh?
What's up, y'all? Anything you want to do today? Postures, body parts, anything you want to mess with? Piriformis? That's your thing all the time. SI, what I hear, a twist or something? Okay. Anything else? Core? Okay, your SI joints are those little hinges in the back of your pelvis. One of the biggest cues I give you in twists is to pull your belly button in towards your spine and close those shutters. When you rotate, you're using your spinal erectors and you're using your obliques, and that's what's twisting the body, right? That's what's rotating through the spine. If you lose, bless you, if you lose your belly or your shutters, something like this happens, and this is just me manipulating my ribs, right? I really didn't twist my spine at all. At one point, and I say draw your elbow back, but there was a point in yoga when someone said, you know, draw your elbow back and then start to twist from there. You don't need scapular retraction to create a twist, which means shoulder blades to your spine, right? I can go into protraction and I can still rotate, right? Your rhomboids, these muscles here, they ain't got shit to do with it, right? And those are the ones that are gonna start to do this kind of action, right? So this is one of our misalignments, right? Is that this happens, and scapular retraction creates anterior pelvic tilt, this, right? So you wanna keep this broad and open. It's very rare that I say something to y'all about like softening between your shoulder blades or doing something like that in your upper back, right? Especially in planks and things like that. Because I tend to see the other way where that wants to collapse the pose. And a push, right? When you push down, that creates protraction of your shoulder blades. That means they go out. And what would it be if I like softened or I collapsed? It would be in, right? So the shoulder blades are out of their home, right? So we want to think about that when we're starting to get into some of those poses. But back to what we were talking about with the twists, if your belly button's out and then you go to twist, you're just going to cram it into that SI joint. So you want to think tall, neutral pelvis, shutters shutters here, right? Top of your abdominal wall. The shutters try to blow open, you got to close them. And when you close those shutters, that's when you'll get that good rotation. When you rotate, the other thing that happens, especially in like a lunge and things, oblique sling. So your slings are on your front, it's your adductor on one side to your obliques on the other. So when you would rotate across, it would go like this. This would be the pillar, right? And you'd rotate across this way. And your back body, it's lat on this side with glute on this side. That's what's going to create, same thing, right? Where we're going to rotate through as we would come through, right? So that'd be pretty big. We'll work some of those slings today too. You ready? Take a nice seat, close the eyes. Sit up nice and tall. Take a few breaths. Full breath in, complete breath out. A few rounds of those breaths. And this is the point in our practice where we turn inward or we set our intention, right? We center. You prepare yourself for the practice. You know, I kicked out a lot of, you know, anatomy and what should be happening in human movement and actions. And those are the things you want to start thinking about. Bring yourself to this moment. What is it that I want to receive from my practice? Some of us come to work on our poses, or rehab an injury, hang out with our Kula, our yoga family. Whatever it is, it's important, it's valuable, it's what brought us to the mat, so we honor it. We're going to use that, right, when those times get tough. The practice is going to ebb and flow. Sometimes it's going to be really challenging, and sometimes it's going to be accessible. But that's just the way the game is played. We go at all those moments the same. Right? We're going to take a breath, and we're going to set a foundation, and we're going to engage, and we're going to express. So start here. Listen to yourself breathe. Slow down the beginning of the inhale, push a little more on the end of the exhale. Count out the breath. If the inhale is going to be 2 or 3 seconds, make the exhale 2 or 3 seconds. So we create balance. Maybe find Ujjayi breath, let the air rebound off the back of the throat. We hold the breath close to us, tight. As the breath turns to movement on the inhale, let the arms lift. And on the exhale, bring the thumbs to touch, pinkies, pointer fingers, ring fingers, middle fingers, like the petals of the lotus closing. As the heels of the hands come together, it's light. So we're strong underneath our fingertips. We're strong underneath our knuckle pads. We're light in the heels of the hands. And as the breath goes to that space between your palms, again, sit up tall. And one time together to initiate our practice, together the sound of Om. All together, deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart, our head to each other's hearts. Inhale, lift the head, open the eyes, release the hands. All right, let's start out puppy dog. Hips are stacked up on top of your knees. Arms are overhead. Toes are curled. Now let's energize this. So start to hug the hands into the midline. You're going to feel like energy starting to come up the arms. Let the forearms lift up away from the mat. Let the inner biceps lift up away from the mat. Remember, there's a difference between lifting your inner biceps and your outer biceps. When you lift your inner biceps, you should feel there's this connection. You should feel the upper back is broad and the chest is open. If your inner biceps fall and you lift your outer biceps, it's going to feel like your shoulders are like pinching your neck. We don't want that. We want the broad and open. Now slide the back of your neck forward so your head's off the floor. You're sliding it like your neck to where the ceiling and the wall meet at the front of the room. Pull your shutters closed, pull that belly in, pull your pelvic floor. Now, as you keep the arms lifting up, as you keep the head sliding or the back of the neck sliding to the ceiling, soften the chest down towards the mat. And there's where you get the peel. Come up the arms, do the side bodies, those lats. Then look forward, TP the fingers on the right hand, thread the left hand underneath with the palm up. So we'll take the twist. Now, twists are above the waist, specifically in your thoracic spine. So that means we can't let our left hip drop on us. That's one of the misalignments. So you want to push down in your left knee, and you want to pull that power up into that left hip, and you want to hold it there. Remember, that's below the waist. Now you're going to reach forward out of your waist like you're trying to lengthen your spine. Now open the right side of the chest towards the sky. You can even TP the fingers on that right hand. It's going to give you more space to peek underneath and twist. One more breath. And then inhale, come back to center, soften down the middle. When you're ready, TP the fingers on the left hand, thread the right hand underneath with the palm up. Now this time we're going to bring some intention to that right hip. If we're tight in the twist, we might even have to shift the hips back to the right a little bit. Then lock them in, right? Feel above and below the waist, the difference. And then as you take that elbow to the sky, that's a little bit more space to peek underneath. Try to open the left side of the chest, maybe even start to like look up that little bit. And then inhale, come back to center, soften down the middle. Next inhale, come up, all fours, hands and knees. So hands are an inch or two in front of your shoulders, knees are an inch or two behind your hips. Low mountain. So we're in a pose right now, right? We're not waiting for something, it's on. You're hugging hands in, you're hugging forearms in, you're squeezing biceps, that's these muscles. You're sweeping the inner heels out, you're hugging the shins in, you're pulling your heels to your butt. The pelvic floor draws in, the belly button draws to the spine, the shutters close. Slide the back of the neck to the ceiling, bring your chin to your chest just a little bit so the gaze is right across your fingertips, and now breathe. Use the breath to peel yourself apart. Feel each inhale expanding and opening. Feel the exhale supporting and holding, and do it again. And then when you're ready, cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back, lift the sit bones, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, round the back. Look to your belly, lengthen your sit bones towards your heels. Your inhale, arch, and your exhale, round. Now, undulate through the spine, but stay with the breath. If it's 2 or 3 seconds to inhale, it takes 2 or 3 seconds to arch. 2 or 3 seconds to exhale, it takes 2 or 3 seconds to round. So find that tempo, you always hear me say, with your breath. Right? Your breath is going to dictate how fast you move. It will change a little bit when we start to go through vinyasas and we link poses. Right now, it's pretty slow. Right? So your movements are going to be pretty slow, pretty controlled. Integration on the inhale, heads of the arm bones root. Engagement in the low back as the sit bones reach to the sky. And then the stretch here is look to your belly, opens up the upper back. Lengthen sit bones to the backs of the knees, opens up the lumbar spine, the low back. One more. And then come to a neutral position, so find that flat back. Bring the right arm up and the left leg back, come to spinal balance. So hitting that core a little more now. Belly's in. Don't lose that. Yep, exhale, lower, left arm up, right leg back. The thumb is pointing up to the sky. The toes are pointing down to the floor. Pelvic floor drawn in, belly button in. Exhale, lower, right arm up, left leg back. Reach back out of the heel. Reach forward out of the fingertips and the crown of the head. Exhale, lower, left arm up, right leg back. Don't just breathe front to back, even expand side to side. Exhale, lower. Now put it with your breath. Inhale, right arm up, left leg back. Exhale, lower. Your next inhale, left arm up, right leg back. Exhale, lower. Stay with your breath. Don't just lift your leg. Kick your leg like you're trying to kick your foot through the wall behind you. Bless you. Keep hugging into the midline. Forearms hug to the center. Shins hug to the center. So lots of stability. Now you started with your right arm and your left leg. Finish with your left arm or your right leg or whatever your side two is. We'll meet back in that low mountain. Take a couple breaths, step back to plank. We want to line our shoulders up on top of our wrist crease, and we want to reach out of our heels, so we're in dorsiflexion. If your feet are straight up and down right now, you're too long. We want to tiptoe forward so we can reach our heels behind us while still keeping those shoulders on top of the wrist crease. Now lift your hips, push back to downward dog. You could bend the knees on that first. You can bend your knees on every downward dog, but you could certainly bend it on this first one. We'll work the upper body a little more. So just like we've been doing, we're hugging the hands in. We're keeping the forearms and the inner biceps lifting up away from the mat. You're sliding the back of your neck forward, so don't look to the midline. Look towards the heels of your hands. That way the neck, the muscles in the neck now have engaged. The upper back's nice and connected. As you push your hands down and forward, take your chest back towards your toenails. You can start to feel that opener, right? Again, in the arms, the chest, and the side bodies. If you want to straighten the legs, straighten the legs. So you want to pull your heels to your butt to your heels to engage the hamstrings. And then you want to stretch from the hip down the back of the legs and to the bottom of the heels. But make sure you're not hyperextending the knees here. There's a little micro bend in the knees. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, drive forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Remember the 2 or 3 seconds? For 2 seconds, drive into plank. For 2 seconds, push back to downward dog, or however long your breath is. Yeah, nice pace, y'all. You're taking the hip from flexion in downward dog to extension, just like we're working through the shoulders and the chest and the upper back as the arms are above the head and then below. Next inhale as you come forward, let the exhale lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra, take 3 nice breaths. So charge your legs up, right? Tack those toes down, sweep the inner heels out, drag the hands back. And then the shoulders go back and down away from your ears. When you're ready, lower your chest, push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Now, if you want to bend your knees on that downward dog, bend your knees again. If you want to straighten your legs, straighten your legs. It's not a right or wrong. But notice the more you push the hands down and forward, the more the weight goes back into the legs. That's going to make the pose a little easier. Not easy, still very challenging, but a little easier. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take the 3 nice breaths. See, we don't want to be here. It's this way. Chest is broad and open here. Upper back, lots of engagement. After the 3 breaths, back to chaturanga or lower your chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Right hand to the outside of the left calf or shin. Take the little twist. So now you really got to push that left hand down and forward. Maybe peek underneath that left arm. Inhale, unwind, place the hand. Good placement here. When you're ready, left hand to the outside of right calf or shin. Maybe peeking underneath that right arm. Inhale, unwind. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take the 3 nice breaths. After the 3 breaths, back to chaturanga or lower your chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Reach the right leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. That's it. Fingertips are blocks. What's the height that you need to make your spine straight? We don't want our back to the upper back to round, right? We're looking for that neutral extension here. So is this neutral extension? Nope, that's this. We want this. Yeah, so the way to get your hands closer to the floor is you got to soften that right thigh down like it's parallel with the floor, right? That's how you're going to get to then the hands. Otherwise, it just does, the space isn't there, right? So think of that in the pose. It's not like, I always tell y'all, like, you using blocks, straps, bolsters, blankets, that's progressions to your practice, right? Not regressions. That's you knowing that the pose is going to get a little bit better, right, with that space. Now, power it up. Push down into your feet and rip your feet together. So front heel back and back toes forward. And pull that pelvic floor up, and pull that belly in, pull those shutters closed. Now, when you come up, like you're holding 20-pound weights, inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana, 1 crescent. So you hold on to that core. You don't let those shutters go. They're going to try to blow open. You got to keep locking them down. Now, come into the lead knee so it stacks up on top of the ankle. Now, reach up through your thumbs. You're going to feel the back of the arms ignite. Now, maybe curl back into the pose. Feel that upper back working. Feel that peel come off your pubic bone, up your belly and your chest and your neck and your face and your arms. 1 more breath. If you're deep, inhale, come up. Take that left hand across the body. Bring it to the outside of the thigh. Let the right hand meet, Anjali Mudra. Push your hands together and use that power now to rotate open. Feel the legs create the foundation. Reach back out of your left heel. Reach forward out of the knee and the crown of the head so the spine now gets long, and now open the chest towards the sky. Flare the arms if you want to. Feel free. Yes, 1 more breath. Inhale, come back, Virabhadrasana, 1 crescent. Then bring the hands down to the floor. Step back, downward dog. Move through 1 vinyasa. Your breath. Now this vinyasa might have picked up a little bit, right? Because the heart rate came up. We linked some poses. We held some postures. So find what that tempo is. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. If you feel like it's hard to hold that back leg up, then you're going to stay high on the ball of your foot. If you feel like you can control that back leg, reach the heel back. Just like on this front leg, this left hip is in pretty deep flexion. There's not much more flexion that can happen, right? But we still got to create what's called organic expansion right here. That means we're not dumping our belly into our thigh. So how Trina does it is she rips her heel back, which then lets the knee reach forward. As the knee reach forward, right here we get the ever so littlest bit of space instead of everything just cramming. One more breath. And then inhale, come up. Virabhadrasana, one crescent. Yep, intention to bringing those arms up. Now, if the knee moved a little bit, you bend back into it, just like the back heel. If it's trying to fall in, which is the misalignment of life, right? You sweep the heel out a little bit. That's going to pull the hip forward. Now go back to root chakra, which is pelvic floor. Work up through the belly, work up, go past, reach through your thumbs. And now maybe curl back, right? Past crown. Yep. But keep those shutters closed and curl back under your shoulder blades. One more breath. Inhale, come up. If you're deep, then this right hand's going to go across the body to the outside of the thigh. When the left hand pushes, strong. And then we use that feedback to start twisting open from there. Power in the legs. If you want to flare, you take the outside of that right hand to the outside of that left shin or ankle. Yep, one more breath. Inhale, come back to that Vira 1, Warrior 1. Then the hands go down to the floor. Step back, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Awesome, y'all. Stay with your breath. Keep pushing those hands down and forward. Keep working the chest back towards the toenails. Don't let your chin hang. This left side looks lower to me. You okay with the touch? Be like this. Yeah. See, that might be getting those SI joints a little bit on you. And then making this fire, making this not fire. Yeah. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up. Big reach. Charge the legs. Maybe curl back that little bit. Keep the hips from coming forward. So you got to keep your heels heavy. And you got to keep your inner thighs back and your sacrum back. And you got to keep those shutters closed. One more breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Remember we said scapular retraction creates anterior pelvic tilt. So notice when you pull your shoulders back, your waist wants to go forward, right? Like this wants to happen. You got to resist that. So you want to start here, neutral, right? With a little bit of crease at the hip. See, this is thighs forward or the head of the femur pushing forward. I want to be this way. Now I can take this back. And now as I stand up tall, it's going to be in my upper back, not here in my waist. Remember, the shit I ask you to do is never easy. It's always challenging, right? It's always rooted in human movement. And we are misaligned, right, through life and how it pulls us different places. Here we're trying to get everything to work as optimally and efficiently as possible. Release the hands, but that shit's not easy. Swing the arms up. Maybe curl back that little bit. Inhale, come up, take that right hand behind your back, bring your left hand to your elbow. Here's another one. This wants to happen, right? So lean forward a little bit. Work from the legs through the tops of the thighs, and now push your head into your so that when you stand up, you can use that little bit of feedback to stand up tall instead of letting that misalignment dominate. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Swap. Your hand goes between your shoulder blades. Yep. You push your head back into your forearm. Maybe you draw your fingers up a little bit. Yep. The rest of your body, full on Tadasana, mountain pose. Every muscle hugging the bone. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Keep the weight balanced in your feet. So work from your heel. Stretch the outside of your foot to the pinky toe mound roots. Now widen your foot to the middle of your mat so your big toe mound pushes down. It should look right now like you got space between your toes. It should look like your arches are starting to come back alive. Pull the energy up the legs. Look forward. Drag your fingers back towards your toes a little bit like you're pulling your spine out of your waist, and now fold into the pose. Right hand to the outside of the left calf or shin. Left hand to either your fingertips, your block, your hip. If you're going to take your hand up to the sky, spin that right hand so that the back of the hand is to the outside of the ankle. So you take that shoulder back, external rotation or supination. Yep. Maybe look up. Inhale, come back to center, soften down the middle. When you're ready, swap. So left to the outside or right. Right hand to fingertips, block, hip. If you're going to flare it up to the sky, you're going to take the back of that left hand and bring it to the outside of the foot. Use that little feedback to twist open a little more. Inhale, come back to center. Next inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog. Move through your vinyasa 3 times. So start to flow a little bit. Nice pace, keep that pace. Stay with your breath. I tell you all the time, I think it's one of the more challenging things we do, is to truly work with our breath. We want to rush through, right? We want to move fast. That's how we hustle through our day. Here, the work is really about slowing down. We'll meet back in downward dog. Taking your time. Keep breathing here. Get the weight back into the legs. Reach the right leg straight back, step it through, lunge. Spin the back heel, come up Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So heels in line with arch, right? Balance beam. Front knee is going to bend forward. The muscles we're stretching are these adductors, the inside of your right thigh. That's why the knee wants to fall to me, right? Because we're trying to stretch those muscles. You got to work from the back thigh. So back foot, 12, 3, 6, and 9. You're just past 9 here. So you're turned forward just a little bit. That's going to root the thigh back and take the hip back. Now you're going to breathe and get tall here because we got to clear this front right hip. Then once this hip clears, tall, you can lengthen the sit bone towards the heel, or you're going to sweep your heel towards me, and your knee is going to peel towards the bricks. Reach through your back hand a little bit. Yeah, so you're up nice and tall. Now take the palm up on the inhale, and exhale for 2 or 3 seconds. Curl back. See how easy it is to just move without your breath? Dump right back. Of course, it's easy. You want that to be the full length of your breath. Now, if the knee moved, bend back into it so it stacks on top of the ankle. Yep. Now take a big inhale on the right side of the ribs to where the ceiling and the wall meet at the front of the room. You're going to expand the ribs. And then the exhale, you can peel back on them. Inhale, come back, Warrior 2. Spin your hands down to the floor. Spin the back heel up, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Stay with your breath. Keep your forearms straight up and down in chaturangas. If your forearms fall back, you're a little too long. And that's going to stress the shoulder. Lisa, that looks a little too long. Yeah. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through, lunge, spin the back heel, come up Warrior 2, side 2. All right, take a breath. Then we set the foundation. Knee on top of ankle, right? The thighs rooted. Then we start to engage. We start pushing down and ripping those feet together, right? Your arms, like you're hugging, squeezing muscle to bone everywhere. You reach through the backhand just a little bit so you're nice and tall. You start to lengthen the sit bone towards the heel or sweep the heel to me, and the knee will peel towards the window with the wall with the window and the door. Bring your gaze right over your middle finger. There's not a lot of chill here in Warrior II, right? It's a lot of muscle energy. Now, 2 or 3 seconds. Inhale the palm up. 2 or 3 seconds. Curl back into that reverse warrior. The slower you go, the easier it is to control everything. The faster you go, that knee wants to pull right back off the ankle. Now, you could bend it back forward, but that's 2 times that you got to do the work, right? You want the shit to be efficient. This shit's hard. It's not easy. So you want to hold on to everything you work on. Now take that big breath on the left side of the ribs. Inhale. Exhale, curl back, get that peel. And then inhale comes back to the Warrior II. Awesome. Spin your hands down to the floor. Spin the back heel up. Downward dog. Move through 1 vinyasa. When you get back to downward dog, exhale, lower your knees. Take a little break. You can sit back on your heels, Vajrasana. You can go child's pose, whatever feels good. Back to the breath, right? Full breath in, complete breath out.
We're resisting the urge to complain about heat after this winter. It's just not right.
On top of the fact that you are exercising and you are supposed to be a little bit hot right now, right? You should be glistening a little bit. I'm like naturally a sufferer, so like when the shit's hot, I'm like, whatever. I just where I'm at right now, right? It never really gets me. All right, let's meet all 4s, hands and knees. All right, when you're ready, take your time. And when you're ready, step back to plank. So remember the push, right? Feel yourself push down. Feel your upper back stay broad and open. Feel your hips stay lifting up. And then lift the hips all the way, push back, downward dog. And then pedal, swivel, wiggle a little bit. And then come to neutral, roll to the outside of the right foot, stack the left foot on top or in front, come into side plank. When I hit side plank a little earlier with y'all, it's to hit the core, all right? So in this instance, what we want to try to do is we want to try to bring that left hip forward to stack it up on top of the right. And when you do that, you're going to force these obliques to really kick on. Keep the bicep turning forward. Keep pushing out of the big toe mounds like you're pushing out on a gas pedal. You want to play, lift that left leg up, lower it down. Inhale it up, we'll do 3. Lower it down. There's the outside of the hip working. And when you're after your 3, release the lower it down. Inhale, come back to plank. Push back, downward dog, take a breath. Roll to the outside of the left foot, stack the right foot on top or in front. So when you turn the bicep forward, that's going to root the shoulder back. We want that. That's the integration. Just like when you push out of the big toe mound, you're going to fire up the muscles in the legs. It's going to go right to the hips. Now try to stack that right one on top of the left. And then if you want to play, lift the right, lead with the outer heel. Lift that right leg this way. Yeah, don't lead with the pinky toe. Lower it down. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. One more. After your 3, inhale, come back to plank. Push back, downward dog. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a big reach. Maybe curl back that little bit. Inhale, come up, exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward, walk the hands out in front of you. About a foot or so. When you're ready, reach the right leg straight back, come to standing split. Your blocks would definitely be your friend here, especially if you're going to work the twist out of this. We'll go there in just a couple breaths. We got to set this up first. So what we want to do is we want our left heel to be real heavy here so we can move our left toes. That means you want to reach that right heel to the wall behind you So you can move your left toes and your left heel is super heavy. We want that. Now hold that. You want to stay here, keep lifting from the inner edge of the thigh, yep, rather than the outside of the hip. Now the twist, the right hand would stay down. As the left elbow draws back, maybe we reach up. Yeah, Carolina, that's awesome. Keep that right hip down, though. It's going to try to peel, so keep lifting from the inner edge of the thigh. It'll create that rotation to help keep the hip down. One more breath. Inhale, unwind, place the hand down, lower the right leg, take a breath. When you're ready, reach the left leg straight back. Now you're going to reach that left leg back till you feel the right heel get heavy and the right toes can move. Remember, the foundation was the heel, the pinky toe mound, and the big toe mound. So the toes can be free here. Now stay here if you want to hold. If you want to twist, the left hand stays down. The right elbow draws back. Reach back out of the heel. Reach forward out of the crown of the head. Reach up and out of those fingers. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center. Lower the hand, lower the leg. Walk the hands back in. Sit back as the knees bend. Swing the arms up. Sit back, Utkatasana, chair pose. So this is definitely one of our harder moments, right? Let it be hard. Honor that, right? Just dive in. Do the best that you can. Follow your alignment here, right? Now, take a breath. Keep sitting back. Left hand goes across the body. Bring it to the outside of that right thigh. Push the right hand into the left. Yep, if you want to flare the hands, go ahead and flare those arms out. Yes. Inhale, come back to center. Sit back deep. You know we're going for the whole thing. Right hand goes across the body, outside of the left thigh. Push the hands together. Yes, start to rotate open. Flare if you want to. Yes, inhale, come back to center. Sit back nice and deep. Take one breath here. Push down, rise up. Nice, y'all. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog, move through your vinyasa 3 times. So just start to flow through, right? That's the challenge in vinyasa. Lots of transitions. Where does shit usually go wrong? In the transition, right? So we're going to focus on that as we move through. Stay with the breath, right? Hold the foundations, keep that engagement, and express the best that you can. Nice, y'all. Nice pace. We'll meet back in downward dog. Take the feet wide, walk the hands back, come to squat pose or Malasana. So let your knees track your toes. That will be the safest for your knees. If you feel like your heels won't stay rooted, take the blanket underneath your heels or roll the back of your mat up like this. And then you can put your heels on the back of your mat. This little divot here in your knee is where you're going to put the back of your arm. We're going to hug our knees in first. We got to engage muscles before we stretch them. So that's how we're going to engage, adduction. Now we're going to push away. Now drive your elbows down into your knees so you can bring your spine up a little taller. Yep. And then breathe. Now if you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to work crow, the arm balance, you're going to lift the hips up and you're going to place the hands down. Now I do my crow here with my knees from Malasana on the outside of my arms. But you can stack them if you want, which would be a little more accessible. You're going to walk your feet to the midline so your big toe mounds are touching. You're going to look forward. You're going to start to bring the weight forward. And you're going to notice that your fingertips are starting to turn white because you're clawing the floor like so hard. We want that. As the weight shifts forward, your feet are going to get light. Now pull your heels to your butt and push your hands down like you're straightening your arms. Yep. Awesome. And then when you're ready, lower down. Let's meet all fours, hands, and knees. We might. We might. We might. I haven't decided that part yet. When you're ready, step back to plank. And then downward dog. Reach the right leg straight back, step it through, lunge. Exhale, lower the back knee. We're gonna go for twisted monkey. So you wanna take your right foot towards the right edge of your mat, and you're gonna turn your toes open a little bit. It's gonna make it a little more accessible here in the inside of the thigh. Then you're gonna bend your left knee and reach back with your right hand. Grab your ankle, your foot, or your strap. Now you're gonna walk your left hand forward so that your thumb is across from your big toe, and you're gonna take that left hand to the edge of your mat, maybe even off your mat. And you're gonna turn the bicep forward, so now I can root back and use the shoulder, the arm, like a kickstand. Now don't worry about pulling the heel, that's last. Go into the twist. Now keep the back knee dragging forward, keep the belly button working to the spine. You already feel the stretch get better in the front of the thigh. Now draw the heel towards the sit bone, and that's going to start to stretch the quad even more. Keep a little integrity in that right leg by hugging the right knee in just a little bit. And keep reaching forward out of the crown of the head. The taller you get, you can twist even a little bit deeper into the pose. And then inhale, come back to center. Place the hands, wiggle that foot back in, lift the back knee, downward dog. Pedal, swivel, wiggle a little bit. Feel the difference side to side. And then come to neutral. Reach the left leg straight back, step it through, lunge. Lower the back knee. This time we're going to take that left foot out towards the left edge of our mat. We're going to bend the right knee. We're going to reach back. We're going to grab the ankle, the foot, of the strap. We're going to walk our right hand forward. So our thumb is across from our big toe, and it's going to be to the edge of the mat. We're going to turn the bicep forward to root the shoulder back. We're going to reach forward out of the crown of our head as we twist. So we twist with space. Don't lose the belly. Don't lose the shudders. Then as the heel draws to the sit bone, you can take that quad stretch wherever you want. Awesome. Another breath or two here. And then watch the boing as you release. Inhale, come back to center. Place the hand, wiggle that foot back in, lift the back knee, downward dog. Pedal, swivel, wiggle a little bit. Feel the balance come around. Come to neutral. All right, you want to hit that twisted curl? Come on, step it down. So you're going to bring your feet to the midline, right? Then you're going to walk back. So you're here on the balls of your feet. Yep. Now, if you've never done this pose before and you got here, success. Better than last time, right? So think of that as you build your poses up. You're trying to get better than you were last time, right? Not competing, all right? That's supposed to be the idea. Now, charge the legs up. You're going to inhale the arms up, and you're going to twist towards the brick wall. We're going to bring our hands down to the floor, just like downward dog. And the outside of your right thigh is to the back of that arm, right? The back of that left arm. Now, there's a little trick here. You're going to open your knees towards the wall with the window and the door, and you're going to bend that left elbow. It's going to get the knees to go even higher. Now, come up high on your tippy toes. You're going to bend both elbows as you lower down. You're going to wedge the outside of the thigh on the outside of the arm. The bottom leg can go forward, the top leg can go back. You can link a couple things into this. Yep. And then come back to center. Let's try side 2. So real quick, almost all the arm balances, you're going to wedge something, right, a leg or something on an arm, and that's what's going to hold it up. Usually the hand creates the foundation down here, right? It's going to, the root. This forearm's going to create like a pillar, and your tricep is going to create a shelf. You're going to put the outside of your leg or the inside, depending on what the arm balance is, onto the shelf, right? That's exactly what I do here. See, I come up, I create, here's the root, here's the pillar, here's the shelf. And I just put the outside of the leg on the shelf, right? That's the idea. Easier said than done? Of course. Come on, let's try. Side 2. Come up tall. All this shit is easier said than done, right? That's part of the game. Twist. Hands are just like downward dog, so to the outside of your shoulders, point your finger straight forward or turned out. Now turn your knees towards the brick wall and bend that right elbow to get the knees to go higher than the elbow. Then look forward. Wedge the outside of that thigh on the back of the arm. You got to go forward more. The big weight, the heavy weight is in your legs and into our hips. So we got to bring the chest forward a lot more than that. Awesome, y'all. And then when you're ready, come back to center. Seated. Okay. Come to a seated position.
Oh, you just bought us a boat pose, I think.
Yep. This will be fun. You got to channel that inner sufferer, remember? You got to channel that shit. All right, so you're going to start with your feet. You have a couple different options. You can be knees bent. You could be legs straight. One's not better than the other, just wherever you want to play. All right? Now, the work in this pose is in your spine, the spinal erectors. We've been working them all day, right? We want to lift. The pose is not this. The pose is this. So a lot of work in your upper back. Come on, let's give it a try. Feet are out front, knees are bent, arms are out front. We're plugged and integrated. When you're ready, lift. See how I'm lifting like the back of my heart up through the front of my chest. There's always that lift. Maybe halfway, Ardha Navasana. Inhale, come on. Feel that shake? That's the good shit right there. Keep sweeping the heels away. Halfway. Come back up. Keep lifting. Keep breathing. Spread your toes. Halfway. Settle the head back. Inhale, come up. Like, damn, that hold's getting longer. Halfway. It is. You're on to me. Keep lifting up. Stay strong, hugging in. Inhale, come up. One more. Halfway. Settle into it. This shit is supposed to be hard. Think about where we're at right now. Inhale, come up. One big breath. Exhale, release. Awesome, y'all. Good work. That's the idea. All right, let's spin around onto our knees. Let's get into the outside of the hip. Cross your right leg over your left. Take your feet apart and sit back between your heels. Use your blanket or your bolster to lift up a little bit, especially if you're tight in the back of the hip. Now you can just fold forward a little bit here. This pose is longhorn. Makes sense, right? Cow facing is where we're going to put the arms into it. So you can play wherever you want. They're both awesome. It's just where you want to play. So if you want to stay here, or in the back of the hip, down the back of the legs. Actually, this pose you feel both outsides of the hips. If you want to go into the arms, you got to go opposite elbow up, then the knee that's up. So the right knee's up. So we're going to take our left arm in front. We're going to plug and we're going to reach back. See, there's that elbow up to go with the knee. The right hand goes out to the side, the fingernails go forward. The elbow bends, wiggle your hands up, wiggle your hand up your back till your hands clasp. Or drop your strap from your left hand to your right. Now, like we did before, push your head into your forearm and use that force feedback to stand up, to sit up nice and tall. Yep. The way to get your hands to clasp is to take your left shoulder blade to the wall behind you. The right shoulder's not going to give you any more. It's done. That's the end range of motion in that joint. One more breath. If the hands are clasped, release, watch the boing. Unwind the legs, spin around all fours, take a breath. When you're ready, swap side two. So we're going to take left over right. Feet are going to go apart or to the sides of the mat as we sit back between our heels. Work from your feet, like spread your toes, activate your feet. Keep hugging your shins in, right? It's going to help pull the knees together. Pelvic floor, right on up. If you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to go into cow facing, the right arm plugs in and reaches back. The left hand out to the side with the fingernails forward. We bend the elbow. We start to wiggle the hand up. Or we drop the strap from our right hand into our left. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shoulder and I'm going to go back to the wall behind me. That's how I can get my hands, my fingers to get a little bit closer here. Try to open that left side body up. This wants to happen. Go. And then watch the boing as you release. Unwind the legs. All fours, hands and knees. Just reach the right leg back. Open up the knee and the hip. Keep your belly in now. And after you take a couple breaths, lower down, swap. Take the left leg back or your side too. Just open up the knee and the hip. And then lower it down. All right. Step back to plank. Downward dog. Work through one vinyasa. Reach the right leg straight back, step it through, pigeon. So take your right knee wide to the right edge of your mat, and your left knee will be in line with your left hip. Push down, start to hug the knees together, so you're ripping them front to back, back to front. Pelvic floor draws up, belly and shudders. Shudders are what lifts the spine. So now if you want to go into that fold, I know a lot of you like to fold, go for it. We're going to do the twist out of this, but we're going to let the back of the hip open a little bit first. This twist, to me, I find this twist to be strange because it goes against the oblique sling, right? It goes against this. You rotate to your lead knee naturally, right? When you walk, this happens, you always rotate to that lead leg. This is going to go against that a little bit. Super fun little challenge. So if you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to do the twist, you're going to come up halfway. You're going to take this right hand and you're going to go across your body and you're going to bring your elbow either into the sole of your foot or in front of your foot. You're going to push your left hand into your right. You're going to use that power to start twisting open. You're going to want to keep this left hip going forward and down and the right hip going back. Yeah, think below the waist. Now, if you do that adjustment, breathe forward out of your waist to get your spine long again. Yes. Now start to twist open. You feel that now working? That's awesome. One more breath. And then inhale, strong, come back to center, nice and safe. Place the hands, lift the hips, reach that right leg back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Come forward, right knee to left elbow, back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Let's do 3 of those. Forward, knee to opposite elbow, and back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Go slow, don't rush. And then after that third one, lower that right leg down, take a breath, and then reach the left leg straight back, step it through, pigeon side 2. Nice, y'all. So now the left knee goes wide. Right, look at the power in the hips. If Trina wants to take her hands off the floor, boom, no problem. That's how much power. How does she get that power? Because she's pushing down and she's ripping those knees together. I'm not even saying draw, right? My cue is way stronger than that. Rip those knees together. There's lots of power. And it's drawing up and collecting right here. And then pelvic floor, belly shudders if you want to go for the fold. If you want to stay in the prep, stay up in the prep. If you want to go for the fold, go for the fold. It's not a right or wrong. It's not one better than the other. It's just wherever you want to play. Yep, nice, y'all. Don't let your heads hang. They're going to try to. Because you know where the head goes, the neck goes, and the upper back's next. Now, if you want to stay here in the back of the hips, stay here. Awesome. If you want to come up and do the twist, it's going to be the same awesome. So play where it feels good to you. The left hand goes across the body. You bring the elbow into the sole of the foot or in front of the foot. You push your right hand into your left. You use that power to then twist open. Keep that right one coming down and the left one going back. Keep going. Looks a little more challenging on this side for you. Yeah, keep that going. So we're talking about bringing the right hip down. Keep going, Maddie. Keep bringing this way. And then this way. Do the 2 of them like this. And then breathe up out of the waist. The spine's long. Twist into the pose. One more breath. Nice, y'all. Inhale, come back to center. Stay safe. Place the hands. Lift the hips. Unwind that left leg. Reach it back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Come forward. Knee to right elbow. Cross the body. Back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. 2 more times. After the third one, lower the leg, look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a big reach. Maybe curl back that little bit. Inhale, come up, exhale, hands in front. Awesome, y'all. All right, grab your mats, find a spot on the wall. We'll move kind of quickly here. We'll make up some time because we've already done a bunch of twists, so.
Every time I look down, there's like that on my tights, and I'm like, it's not mine.
So is it safe for me to start telling jokes now? Dude, so bad. I wanted to write that one-handed handstand
I
joke.
was waiting for you to come back with something.
I typed it and I was like, no, erase that. And I thought about it again. I was like,
I knew you were like wanted to say something, but it's like no. But anytime you want.
well, it would have been better if you weren't feeling something at the moment. You know what I mean? I was like, this, I don't know, not appropriate.
Well, no, I didn't really go to the 5%. You know, that was a joke too.
Yeah. All right, so if you're at home, you don't have the wall to kick up on, you can always lay on your back, right? Knees are bent, interlace your hands behind your thigh, take a bunch of breaths, you can swap. If you're at home or in the studio, it's not your day to invert. You're always welcome to go legs up the wall or do a pose that feels good to you, okay? I am going to talk everybody through downward dog and L pose. If you want to do your handstand, your headstand, your tripods, your pinches, your wide-legged forward fold twist, right? Go for it. If you want to do your tripod down the twisted crow, go for it, all right? So Trina's walking around. If you have any questions right away, she'll help you out. Once I get everybody up, feel free to grab me as well, okay? As you can hear, the air conditioning's running. So you can feel better about that shit, right? All right, so if you're going to stick with me, all fours, hands and knees. If you're going to go on your own, whenever you're ready. All right? So from all fours, hands and knees, take a couple breaths. When you're ready, lift the knees and the hips, come to a short downward dog. Step one foot up the wall, and then the second foot. And then with your knees bent, you're in downward dog inverted. With your legs straight, you're in L pose. We did standing split today. Maybe you want to reach that one leg up in the L pose. Go for it. Now, Elena, when you do this too far, bring the leg, don't go into hyperextension of the hip. Stop a little sooner. You're kind of going to here instead of here. You getting those wrists a little bit? Make sure in these inversions or whenever your hand's on the floor, here's where we're bearing the weight, fingertips and knuckle pads. Remember we said that in Anjali Mudra. Heels of the hands are going to stay light, right? Heavy underneath fingertips and knuckle pads. So try. You're ripping your finger this way. So the arch now goes from here to here. As soon as this comes up, the arch now goes from here to here. So yeah, try to get that action. Yep. Yeah. That's it. Yes, yes. Nice and high. Exhale. Yes. Yes. Stay with the breath. Now look forward. Look forward. Look forward. Yes. Yes. That's awesome. I went out with Jack and Gretchen last week. Had me drinking on a Wednesday night. I had to show, I wake up at 5 o'clock on Thursday morning. I was like, what? And I don't drink. So I was like, what the hell is happening here? Oh, they were a blast. We had a blast. Yeah. Can't wait to do it again. Oh, for Easter? Yeah, yeah. I'll be there. We're hanging at home. You're going down to the beach? Oh, they're coming up. Oh, cool, cool. You know, I'll be there. Maybe yoga on the beach this year. Yeah, I'm going to do it again. Nice, right? Nice. Awesome, yo. So let's get ready to meet on our backs, okay? Let's get ready to meet on our backs. Take your time. If you're about to kick up, get your inversion in, no problem. So we'll do the 2 back bends. The first one I'll talk you into bridge. The second one wheel. Feel free to do supported bridge or 2 wheels or 2 bridges, whatever you want to play with. All right? So let's start on our backs. Knees are bent, feet are on the floor. Feet are hips width apart or just a hair wider. We don't want to be any narrower. Narrower is going to take away the power. If you take your arms out to the sides, like down, reaching towards your feet, your fingertips should be able to touch your heels there. That's how you know your knees are going to be stacked on top of your ankles. Now, charge those legs up so you're pushing down into your heels. You're sweeping your inner heels out. You're hugging your shins in, and you're pulling your heels to your butt. When your belly button draws to your spine, feel your sacrum root down to the mat. Head and shoulders are back. Slowly lift the hips. Come to bridge. Keep sweeping those inner heels out. If the inner heels come in, you're going to narrow the back body, right? And there's the chance that we feel that compression in here. You want to keep those heels sweeping out. Now keep working here. Wiggle the shoulders under a little bit deeper. Let the upper pal of the mouth reach back as the knees reach forward, right? So we're splitting the energy. And then when you're ready, slowly lower down. Take the feet wide, let the knees touch. One hand on your heart, one hand on your low belly. So take the block, right, and put it like this. No, back more. So that, look at the internal rotation. So we're just talking about the block. When you take the block, actually Eric and I were just talking about this yesterday. When you take the block between your thighs and you squeeze the block, that's only adduction. That's not internal rotation. That's just hugging in this way. So what you do is you take the block and you push it back this way a little more. So watch what happens now when I squeeze the blocks. See my thighs rotate? That's thighs back. That's internal rotation, right? That's what we're looking for. So if you do that little trick, That'll really teach you. And then you'll be able to kind of play with it in different ways. Sorry, I just took the opportunity while I was there to go for it. All right, let's do the second one. So open the knees, reset the feet. Charge the legs, head and shoulders back. The sacrum is rooted. When you're ready, slowly lift the hips. Come to bridge. If you're going to stay here in bridge, awesome. Stay. If you want to go wheel, place your hands wide to the edges of your mat. You want to turn your hands out. That's going to bring the elbows in line with the outside of your shoulders. Now plug your shoulders back. Push down to come up. If you need more length to this, lift your heels up. The longer the curve, the more accessible it is. So you'll just make it a little easier on you. Maybe pump your heart towards the wall that you're looking at, and you'll slide those shoulders on your back even a little deeper. One more breath. Wherever you're at, stay engaged as you lower down. Take the feet wide, let the knees touch. If your right hand was on your heart, left hand on your heart, right hand on your low belly. And then open the knees and windshield wiper side to side. Next time your knees fall to the right, let them settle there. And just take a couple breaths here. Nice open twist. Belly in, shutters closed. Inhale, come back to center. Let the knees fall to the left or whatever your side two is. Inhale, come back to center. Hug the knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Make a couple small circles there in your low back. Come to neutral. Lower your feet to the floor with your knees bent. Inhale your right leg up. Open the hip. Bring the ankle over the knee. Supine pigeon. Hug the left knee to your chest. Interlace your hands behind that left thigh. Now, if you're facing the wall, I've showed y'all in the past, you could always put that bent knee on the wall, the foot. And then instead of holding your thigh, it will be on the wall. That would make it a little more therapeutic if you wanted to play there. This gets in that glute median piriformis again. The closer your left knee works to your face, the further you want your right knee to work away from your face. And then watch the buoying as you release. Lower that foot down, unwind that right leg, take a breath. Inhale the left leg up, open the hip, ankle over the knee. Hug that right knee to your chest. When you interlace your hands behind your thigh, if your left pinky was under, right pinky gets a turn. And this time, the closer your right knee moves to your face, the further away your left knee moves. But fire up that left foot. Protect that knee, right? You've heard me say 1,000 times, knees work awesome forward and back and terrible side to side, and it's to the side right now. So you want to keep it nice and safe by engaging. Any teacher trainers up in here? Well, then you lucked out because I was going to ask you a question in front of everybody. The definition of muscle energy is an engagement to support a joint. It's exactly what we're doing. Watch the buoying as you release. Take the legs out straight. Reach the arms up overhead. Big stretch. Spread your fingers. Spread your toes. Hug those knees to your chest. Happy baby. Ananda Balasana. So take those knees wide, wider than your shoulders. Keep your sacrum flat to the mat. And with your knees wide, you can draw your knees towards your ears. And you're going to feel a nice opener in the inside of the thighs and the back of the hip. If you want to get to the back of the legs again, you can reach one leg out or both legs out. You can rock side to side a little bit if that feels good. And when you're ready, inhale your knees to center. Exhale your legs out straight. We'll take Shavasana. Beautiful practice, crew. Feel free to add or remove layers or props. I'm going to talk everyone through laying flat, but you're more than welcome to do a variation that feels good to you. And as the legs stretch out, let the feet gently roll open. The arms come along the sides. And as the shoulders settle back, feel that open palm turn to the sky. That open palm draws in energy. The head rests back. Maybe the eyes close. And the tongue softens from the roof of the mouth. It's here that we let the body get heavy. We let the mind soften back to the breath. We let the heart open. As our body prepares to move from the mat into the yoga of life, the practice of life. And just like on the mat, the yoga of life, we don't have all the answers. There's challenging moments for us. But just like on the mat, we do the same thing. We take that breath and we set our foundation and we engage and we express the best that we have in the moment. And with that next breath will be another chance, a new moment, another opportunity. And begin here to draw in a deeper breath. Feel the breath as it washes over the body. Your toes, your fingers, the crown of your head through your heart as we reawaken that better version of ourselves. As the fingers and the toes wiggle, maybe the arms and the legs stretch or reach, or move in a way that feels good to us. Moving slowly and consciously. When you're ready, you can hug your knees to your chest. Just roll to the right side. Push your hands down as you come up to a seated position. We'll meet together with our eyes closed, with our hands in front of our hearts. And one more time to seal in our practice, our time together. The sound of Om. Deep breath in. Oh. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart, our head to each other's hearts. For all of that hard work and that determination, that challenge, the love and the support you always give each other, it's to you that I bow. Namaste. Thanks, crew. Good to see everyone. Super fun as always. You know, if you have any questions or something feels weird in your body, get us before you go. Maybe I'll see some of y'all next week. If not, I'll see you soon. Thanks, crew. Home crew, you know if you need me, hit me up.